Welcome to today's video. I am Jettydent, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you the different parts of the mouth, the different individual parts of the mouth that collectively contribute to the overall health of the body, that helps the mouth in performing its basic functions of eating, speech, and beauty. So do you want to know these individual parts? Please hold on and watch this video with me to the end. I'm also going to be teaching you how to care for these individual parts. Okay, so this is a video you definitely will not want to miss. Okay, if you are new to our channel, please love you to give us a like, a thumbs up, a comment, share, subscribe, and contribute and support our channel in whichever way you possibly can. So please hold on and watch this video with me to the end. Now let's get to business. Number one, the first part of the mouth that almost everybody sees first is the lips. Now in dentistry we call it the labia. The lips is the anterior covering of the mouth. The lips is this, as you can see, the part that cover the part of the skin that covers the mouth, right? It is the anterior covering of the mouth. It is the frontal covering of the mouth. The lips is that layer of skin that covers the mouth towards the front. Okay, now it helps in speech. It helps in production of certain sounds such as the letter P. You can't produce the letter P sound without the use of the lips. Let me come again. You can't produce the letter P sound without the use of your lips. Thereby, the lips is a very important part of the mouth. And then how do you care for the lips? You care for the lips by washing it with water during brushing, right? So you know, when you brush your mouth, it's unreasonable to take your brush and be brushing your lips, right? You can just get a clean water and wash your mouth. And most of the times in the morning, or when you have a thick saliva, you see some white patches or white deposits of mucus on the lips. You use water and clean it. Okay, so that is the first part of the mouth. Now the second part of the mouth we have is the cheeks. Now the cheeks is the side to side cover of is the side to side border of the mouth, right? Have the left and the right cheek. Now whereas in the lips we have the upper and the lower lips, right? Good. Now these cheeks are the side covering of the mouth. They help in maintaining the shape of the mouth and the shape of the face entirely. If you have a patient that does not have a teeth, you discover that their cheeks has gone inside like this. You see, that means the cheeks is performing a very vital function in keeping the mouth and the face entirely in a good shape. Now, how do you care for your cheeks? Now, you avoid biting the cheeks from inside. A lot of times you see people biting the layer of skin, the soft layer that is inside the cheeks. It is a very unhealthy practice. You can expose your cheeks to a lot of damages. And then while brushing also, you can turn your brush away from the teeth, from the posterior, from the back teeth, and brush the cheeks in order to remove any mucus or any particle that is attached to it. Okay, now the next part of the mouth that is very important, and I want us to talk about it here, is the gums. Now the gums is that pinkish pink colored substance that holds the teeth in place. When you open your teeth, you discover that there is a pink, that each individual teeth is socketed into the gums. The gums is that pink or reddish colored surface that each individual teeth is socketed into. Now it plays a very vital role because it holds the teeth. It supplies the teeth with the vital nutrients it needs to grow. Okay, now and these gums are very essential and they are very vital. They play a very vital role in the overall health of the body, in the sense that if the gums is damaged, the teeth will also be damaged. Okay, now the next, and then one of the important also, is the teeth, right? So the teeth are those white individual solid substances you see in your mouth. Now it's that white solid substance you see on your in your mouth, and they are the part of the mouth that grinds food, that cuts food, that chews food. In fact, if you don't know, your teeth is the most strongest part of your body. The teeth is stronger than any bone in your body. It helps in grinding of food, it helps in production of certain sounds, it helps in speech, it helps in aesthetics, it helps in amplifying the beauty of an individual. And then these teeth also can be cared for by constant brushing, by rinsing the mouth, by flossing, and by regular visits to the dentist. Okay, now the next part of the mouth we're going to be talking about that is very important is the tongue. Is that muscular extension in the mouth that helps us in production of certain sounds. It also helps in chewing of food. It also helps in chewing of food. It helps in production of certain sound. The tongue is a clean and healthy tongue is pinkish in color, and then it has the ability to extend the front. It has the ability to, it's a very flexible muscle actually. Okay, so the tongue is very essential and very important part of the mouth that helps us in performing different functions. How do you care for the tongue? We care for the tongue by regular brushing. When you are brushing your mouth in the morning, you brush the teeth, you brush the tongue, you brush the cheeks, you brush each part of the mouth. So it's important for you to brush the surface of the tongue. Okay, and then you can also use what we call a tongue scraper to scrape the surface of the tongue and get rid of mucus or white stains or white patches that get attached to the surface of your tongue. You can also take care of the tongue by avoiding the consumption of foods that are hot, right? When you take foods that are hot, it burns the tongue and it scrapes off it kind of erodes the surface of the tongue. It injures the papilla, right? There's a towel-like projection on the surface of the tongue. We call it the papilla. So too much consumption of hot foods used to damage this papilla. Now the next part of the mouth we're going to be talking about that is very important is the floor of the mouth. Now the floor of the mouth is that part of the mouth where the tongue originates from, or where the tongue gets attached to, right? That's the lower or the mandibular part of the mouth. Okay, now it is that part of the mouth where the tongue is attached to, or where the tongue originates from. Okay, and then it's very important we also care for it while brushing. Make sure you take out time to make sure the place is clean, and it helps in improving the overall health of the body, because a large volume of the saliva in your mouth originates from that place. Okay, now the next part of the mouth we're going to be talking about, which is almost towards the last or towards the end, we're going to be talking about the palate. Right now, the palate is the roof of the mouth. Literally, we call it the roof of the mouth. Okay, now it serves as the intermediary. It serves as the border between the oral cavity and the nasal cavity. Now this palate is that upper part of your mouth, that place that is hard. Right now, the palate is divided into two. We have the hard palate, which is towards the front, and then the soft palate, which is towards the back. Okay, now this hard palate, as I told you earlier on, is separates between the nasal cavity and the oral cavity. The nasal cavity is the space that's the space through which you breathe from your nose into your lungs. Okay, now this palate can be cared for by brushing. Also, when you brush your teeth, you just ensure you turn your brush upside down and brush that part of the mouth. And then it is very important for you to note that you have to be careful when eating hard substances that are capable of injuring the palate or the gums entirely, all the soft tissues in your mouth. When you eat food substances like fish that have bones, you eat meat, you eat solid or hard substances that you know are capable of injuring or to any extent causing damage to the teeth, you have to make sure that you are very careful and, if possible, avoid it entirely in order for you to have a very good and healthy mouth. Okay, now the next and almost the last part of the mouth we are going to be discussing in this video is the salivary gland. Now the salivary glands, as the name implies, are those passages by which saliva gets secreted into the mouth, right? We have three major of them. The salivary gland is that part of the mouth that secretes saliva, and then saliva helps in digestion of food. Saliva helps in maintaining the acidity and the alkalinity of the mouth. Saliva helps in keeping our mouth wet and moist all the time. The saliva plays different vital functions, and then it is secreted through these salivary glands. Okay, now we have other different minute parts of the mouth also, which are very minute, and then I'm not explaining them here because they are just minute. But if you're a dental student and you want to know more, we have the frenum, right? Now when you put your tongue and you look up, there's a little attachment between your gum, your jaw, and the lips, right? Yeah, we call that one the frenum, or the frenal attachment, right? It helps in connecting, it helps in keeping the lips and the maxilla or the mandible in place, right? The frenal attachment is symbolically representing the middle of the body, the midline. The midline is an imaginary line that represents the center of the body divided into two equal parts, left and right parts. Okay, so that frenal attachment serves as the midline of the body, literally, right? And it helps in keeping this the gums and then the lips together. And then we have the upper and the lower frenal attachment. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something. Now let me recap. Let me just summarize what I said earlier on. I said the parts of the mouth: we have the lips, which is the anterior covering of the mouth. We have the cheeks, which is the sidewards covering of the mouth. We have the gums that holds the teeth in place. We have the teeth that helps in grinding and chewing of food. We have the tongue that helps in speech. And then we have the floor of the mouth. We have the palate, which is also called the roof of the mouth. And then we have the salivary gland. I hope you find this video interesting. Okay, we also have the frenal. I also remember talking about the frenal attachment, or the frenum, right? Good. So I think that is all for today's video. I hope you find this video interesting. If you do, please help us with a like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so you get notified the next time we release our video. Thank you, and do have a nice day. Bye.